SimTheWorld here. We've got an exciting update for you guys on Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. Today we're going to be checking out the newly released demo. So in the demo, they say they're going to focus on, they want to show off some of the new features. We've got 2 missions with 2 new cars. Ooh, a Supa. I wonder what that could be. We also get our own car, and the garage is unlocked. It is fully filled up, so let's go take a look what that means. So already, I am very impressed. We've got an outdoors. I know a lot of you guys have been asking about that. It looks like we'll be able to go around and move around. I'm assuming this is our car to work on. Actually, while I'm here, let me grab a couple of these. Very, very curious. I had to walk around the shop already, but I've done nothing else. That's just why I'm grabbing the parts now, because this is as new for you as it is for me. So I wanted to point out a few things. Obviously, our shop is indoors, so you can see a lot of the tools. I wanted to show you around the outside of the shop first. So this big garage is our dyno. It's moved out here. I would kind of like to see a little smooth transitions. I know this is a demo, so hopefully we'll be able to open the garage door and drive the car right in. But I don't know how that's going to go so far. But the dyno looks really clean. We got our toolbox. Of course, nothing is available since this is a demo. We have a laptop in here. No dyno info available here either. Coming over here, they teased the car wash, so we will be able to wash the car. From the fact that it's sitting out in the back here, I see some tire marks. Better not be teasing us. We better be able to drive it in to wash it. And of course, here we've got the big garage. We've got the paint shop. And it really looks good. I imagine we'll paint parts over here. And then in here, we can paint the full car. Let's actually take a look here. Can I click on anything? No, I don't think we're able to paint in the demo. It doesn't look like it is set up to run. Paint shop. Ooh. Yeah, it's not available in the demo. So that will come with time. But I do like everything sectioned off like this. And of course, this looks like the test path. They just moved it outside of the repair garage. I like the feel of everything being spread out. This is really cool. So I'll come in the back door here for our garage. And this appears to be the repair area. And this is what interests me. So we've got the repair table. We can repair parts. And then we have different tools for repairing the body. And this is what I want to check out. And that's why I grabbed these parts. So here we can repair a few things. Let's try the mirrors. Oh, it's a little mini game. We failed repairing that. Interesting. So this is kind of cool. Oh, I like this. It's better than just clicking. Alrighty, I think we can just, you want to click 2 ahead of it. As easy as that may or may not be. Let's get this up to 100%. And we'll move on. So that takes care of the mirrors. Fantastic. What about... So this seems to be the same way? Okay. What about this? Interesting. So the rest of the body parts we grabbed, we couldn't repair. Looks like these have the same mini game. I wonder if they will differentiate between what we use. Perhaps that will come with time. We have our updated calendar. This is what I was looking for before. So our calendar, the one in the previous garage kind of gave us a clue when the game would be released. And of course, this calendar is marking July and August. So I wonder if we can be expecting the game in late summer. It's kind of what I've been suspecting all along, so... And we've got our wheel balancer and tire changer. That's all over here in our repair shop. And everything else looks about the same. So everything looks great. It's all put together. I am a little disappointed because it does appear like nothing's placeable. Perhaps that will change. I don't know how it'll go in the main game. So let's take a look in the shop here. Ooh, we have an electronic shop. What is this? We've got fuses, so there's going to be a fuse box in here. That's cool to see. Anything else of interest? We got the rim shop. We don't need the tuning. Add-ons, vehicle add-ons. Ooh, it looks like a car top carrier. That will be cool. Everything else looks to be about the same. We've got different options for our car. We've got a lot ahead of us. So I want to go ahead, let's take a job and start with that. So we've got, ooh, Salem GW500. Let's take it and see what's going on. This gets delivered outside. I wonder if we can get in and drive. Let's take a look here. Drive the... driving isn't available. No, it doesn't look like it opens either, so... that's probably why they're in the shop. Let's move this inside. So it does have the same mechanics where we're driving around and moving the car by the radial menu. Let's go ahead and we'll get this lifted up. Let's take a look at what the issue could be. Ooh, I like the new layout. So for the engine, it's got the engine. The task says, hey there, seems like boss is out. I heard you just got here for the trial. Great, just got some simple stuff, periodic maintenance. So we're doing the brakes, we're doing the coil, ignition coils, spark plugs, tie rods, and wheel bearings. Well, if you've been watching our channel, you'll see a lot of that we're able to do. Oh, cool. We have the option to pick up and down. That's it's individual here. We got it lifted. Let's go under the hood. Go take a look at the coils and spark plugs. So already everything's feeling the same, which is kind of nice. It's nice to be able to jump into a new game and feel like you're in a different place, but you're still at home, so to speak. Takes care of that. Let's go back to our status. We got brakes and the serpentine belt. Yeah, that should be it. Let's go hunt down that serpentine belt here. It's buried deep back here. Now it's starting to feel like a real car. Everything's hard to get to. It's hard to see. Let's jump over to the store. We have our tablet unlocked, of course, and grab the parts we need. Let's see. Do we have an electronic section here? I'm not seeing. We can grab the brakes. I'm going to get all the parts together. We'll jump back in a second. So I'm back from the shop. I was kind of cool. So to get the electronic parts, you have to jump over to the electronic shop. So it makes sense. I wasn't thinking of it. I thought you could search in the main shop, but you can't. Got to switch over. Which I think helps kind of spread the parts out. It's hard to search. And in fact, with the next car, we'll try out the shopping list, see if that's any better. So we'll switch to mounting parts. Let's put on the new belt. I'll put on the pulley. Let's check out the checklist here, make sure we're getting the right stuff. So that's what I was afraid of. We need a different serpentine belt. You guys let me get too far away here. We gotta take the timing cover off for this one. There we go. There's the right belt. Now we can get the rest of this repaired. We'll go ahead and replace both serpentine belts anyhow, since we already bought it. Figure do them in pairs, make it simple. It would have been interesting. We did pull off the crankshaft pulley, so I would have liked to see a little more with that. I don't think that's something you can just pull out and put back on willy-nilly. But we'll see where these minigame parts come into play as we continue. Spark plugs go in. And so do the coils. It looks like we should be good under the hood. Actually, let's go ahead and I want to refill some of the fluids. Okay, so this is just like the brake fluid. Nothing too crazy here. That should be full. It is nice to see the fluids going in. So windshield wiper is good. The coolant's good. Let's check out the fuse box, see what that looks like. Oh, that's pretty nifty. I'm really glad that's all put together. It looks good. I'm excited to play around with that. We got power steering reservoir. Interesting. And it looks kind of low here, so let's go ahead and throw some fluids in this. This is something I was really expecting to see. Last game was more fluid integration, but of course, oh, we got the ECU type here. So we do have some new parts. The engine bay is filling up. That's really nice to see. We've got a lot more options going in. I don't know how integrated it feels. It still feels like individual parts being kind of worked on at the same time. Like the fuse box, there's no wires. I don't know if that's a bad thing. That might be a good thing for you guys. I don't know how they'd introduce wires, to be honest, but let's go ahead and we need to take apart and get this all taken care of. Finish off the front end, and we'll finish off this job. Then we'll check out the second job, which will hopefully play around with some of the tire parts. Ah, interesting. Let's... Oh, so rusty bolts. I wish I was zoomed in over there. We'll have to go take a look at that in just a second. As you can see, everything's going together just like you'd expect. I wish... So they teased at the rusty bolts, something you'd have to work on. And that was the left, or the right click mouse. I was able to loosen that up with some lubricant and get that all pulled out. Let's go see if there's any more. Yep, see, this is a rusty bolt here. You zoom in on the back, see if there's it's a different color outline, but I'm not seeing any difference here. So to loosen up, we use our right mouse, and we're good to go. Oh, that's interesting. I like that. That will kind of make things feel a little different as we're cruising along through these jobs. Something to... I know for me especially, you can get into the mode of just zipping through, ripping out the car, ripping it all together. And that's sometimes would like to see a little variance. I wonder if they're going to have different rusted parts that are, you know, rusted together, things that you have to kind of fix on the fly. Besides that, though, I'm not seeing... The parts look good. The detail looks really good. I'm being zoomed in on the brakes and the rear end here. I'm quite impressed. We're going to take care of the brakes on the back end. Ooh, another lug nut is frozen. Just a little extra section there, but that's okay. Let me finish up this job and we'll come back with the next. All right, it looks like we're done. Everything's taken care of. All the parts lists are marked. I'm not sure what this marking does. Should be ready to go. Additional tasks. What are our additional tasks? Oh, didn't see. Brake fluid, we took care of that. Drain and refill. Drain and refill. Oh, interesting. So let's try to drain all our fluids. This is for the oil. I don't want to do the oil. Take this back. We gotta figure out how to drain the fluid. I completely missed the additional tasks. I will say with the menu, it's not as intuitive. I did kind of like the big grid where everything was, you know, in your face. You had all the options. You didn't have to sift through. But I suspect this layout is more geared towards being friendly for the console players. So we need to drain and refill with new fluid for brake and power steering fluid. We got the power steering fluid. Let me see how we drain this. Oh, we got charged. Not sure why. Let's see. Well, we'll refill this and then we'll figure out how to drain the brake fluid. Maybe this is where the tutorial would have been good. Would have been a little helpful. Think we're good. That is filled to max. Then for the brake fluid. Ooh, it's the brake fluid here? Oh, that's cool. But we need to figure out how to drain it. Additional tools. Let's see. Drain tool. Okay. There's no graphic, but it made a sound, so I'm assuming that's okay. Perhaps a visual for that, for draining the item, will come in the full game, because that wasn't as intuitive as I would have liked. So we're at the max. Let's go ahead and take a look now. Additional tasks are taken care of. Yeah, seeing at least a hose or something going in there to show that you're draining it would have made a lot more sense. Let's go and finish the order. And we make our first money. Fantastic. Let's get the next car into the shop. I'm not going to do the full job. We're just going to take a look at some of the things we can do, any of the interesting parts. So here it's more brakes, clutch, water pump. That's all. Change oil, change fluids. So I'm not seeing anything with the tire changer. Let me go ahead and get this on the lifter and we'll go from there. So since we've already did all the tasks, we've already checked out, we've done the brakes, we've done some of this stuff, we've done the fluids, that's the big thing out of this. I want to try and see some of the other items that we can play around with. Any new interesting components with the tire changer. They said there's a mini game. So let's take this apart. All right, tire changer, nothing new here. We'll put this back on and we'll balance. Takes just as long, and I'm not seeing a second tire changer. That was a desire to have a couple of these, but I guess with the balancer, there's something we got to do with this. Okay. Balanced. Interesting, interesting. Cool. So that was the little mini game. We just radial dial, just jump around. Thought the phone was flashing red. Interesting. So that is tires. I don't know if there's anything else I'm missing. There are no bonus parts for this car. I think we've checked everything out. Yeah, we got stuff to do, but at the same time, you guys have seen all this. I don't know if there's anything else that I'm missing. Of course, if there is, I'll come back and show you guys with a little update. But I think we've figured it all out. I'm pretty excited. There's still some hopes that I want to see. The big one, of course, is the ability to drive around, especially in the parking lot here. I want to be able to move the cars around and have it feel like you can free roam. I don't know if that's actually going to happen though. The way it feels already, since you have to click and load into doors, I don't expect that to happen. But what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below. What are you excited to see? What are you a little disappointed perhaps? I really want to see the skill tree, because if we don't get the repair shop right away and we have to wait till level 30 to redo cars, I think everyone's going to be pretty pissed off. But at the same time, I think there's a lot that they did come through with us. They have the open world here. The map isn't available, but it does look like we should hopefully be able to drive around a bit. I'm assuming this, but especially since we got the car wash back here, everything here is screaming to me being able to move around in the car, even in the fact that we have moving cars out on the road. Like, if we don't get to drive with the cars out here, that's going to be kind of weird. So with this, I think we're going to wrap up this episode. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you're getting excited. I can't wait. July or August, you heard it here first. That's my prediction. And with that, thanks for watching as I simulate my life one game at a time. If you enjoy this video, please be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss any of the future action. You can follow on Twitter for updates to future games being played, as well as follow on Twitch, as I'll occasionally stream live. Thanks, and I'll see you next time at SimTheWorld.